Hello friends, welcome to this new tutorial. Today I have here this iPhone S, no, this is iPhone 6s Plus, and the problem on it is the charging port. When I plug it in charge like this, sometimes it charges, sometimes not. If you see here, the battery is not charging, so when I bend the cable, it starts charging. When I release, it stops. So there is an easy fix for this this phone. The easy fix is just to take something sharp like this and insert it here inside the charging port and keep like scrubbing inside until you remove all the dirt. Make sure don't damage the pins. Make sure don't damage the pins inside, because when you are like inside, we will find like pins like this, 8 pins, and when you are inserting this thing here, you're gonna remove the dust. In the back, all the way in the back, you will find the dust or the dirt accumulated there. You're just gonna remove it and take it out. But when you are trying to do this, you may like remove a pin or break a pin or make it like separated from its place or whatever. So you need to make sure don't damage these pins. Okay, and also you can use a toothbrush and 90-degree and up alcohol. I mean the alcohol that is 90-degree and up, not 70-degree, because if you use the 70-degree, it has water and you may damage something inside. All right, so this is the first fix for it. This is an easy fix. It may take from maybe like 2-3 minutes. And if this fix doesn't solve the problem, you need to test your phone with different cables, because sometimes the cable may be broken somewhere here, or the pins here may be what do you call them, like they may be like damaged here, so they don't touch correctly. So you need to test it with different cable. If you test it with different cable and it's still not charging, that means you need to replace the charging port. This is the charging port for the iPhone 6s Plus, and you will need some tools too. You will need a Phillips screwdriver, pentaloop screwdriver, an IC semi, and these tweezers. Okay, I think that's all what we will need. So let's put these tools aside, and now let's start opening the phone. I'm using the pentaloop screwdriver to open the 2 screws in the bottom here. And here you need to be like very organized, because the screws are different, and you need to make sure don't put the wrong screw in the wrong spot. All right, and also when you remove the screws from here, try to organize them, put them here, and you can make like label them, use like pen and paper and label them, and make sure which one you take first and which one you take second, and from where you take them, you know, so you can put them back to their spots. So now I'm going to use this IC semi, and they will insert it here between the frame and the LCD, exactly right here. Then I will just use my nail. I will hold the screen, as you see. Then I will just slide this all the way around the edge here. Don't go deep. And then once I release the glue that is holding the screen from here, I will just insert the tool here again. They will pray up a little bit. Then I will do the same thing for the other side. And as you see, it's open, and the iPhone 6s Plus always open this way. So I'm just gonna lift it up gently. Make sure this is, you see the angle here, make sure you open it until this, not 90-degree. 90-degree is this one, but don't bypass the 90-degree. It's better to keep it a little bit like this, not all the way up, because the cables inside here, they will be like pulled and you may damage them. Okay, so here we're gonna use the Phillips screwdriver, and they will disconnect the battery first because the phone is still on. I can turn it off from here. Okay, it looks like the screen got damaged, I think. Okay, let me turn this off. Alright, looks like something wrong with this one. Anyway, let me disconnect the battery. Okay, it comes back. It was just freezed. Then I will open this other screw here. Turn off the phone in the beginning. As you see, these 2 screws here, I will remove this bracket and I will put it next to the screws. Exactly how I remove it from here, I will put it here, because it has a lower side here and this one is up. So if I put it this way, it's not gonna fit here. Alright, so this is the battery cable. I'm just gonna disconnect the battery cable. This is the battery cable I disconnected. Then I will pull the screen a little bit up front to give me some space to move it back. Then I will open the five screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 screws in the bottom, make sure you put them exactly back to their spots. If you put these screws, different screws here, you will damage your phone. Believe me, you will damage your phone if you put these longer screws in these 2 spots, exactly in these 2 spots. Because what happened, the screws, if you put a longer screw, it will reach to the motherboard and it will damage some lines there. Then the screen is gonna start showing you the blue screen of that or the red screen of that. So now I remove the screws. Then I will remove this bracket. Sometimes the cables may stuck on this bracket, so try to remove it carefully. Then I put the thing here. Now I disconnect the screen. Okay, I disconnect all the cables. This is just adhesive that is like gluing the screen. Don't worry about it, just remove it. Alright, so the screen, we're not gonna use it. We're gonna put it aside here. Then we will start opening this part here. So I will bend the battery cable back. Then I have this cable here. This is the charging port cable. And I'll make sure that the charging port that I have is matching. Okay, so now I will disconnect this cable from here. This is just adhesive. Don't worry about it. Remove it. If it stuck there, just remove it. Alright, so then we have this little cable here. This is the antenna. Okay, this cable is very sensitive. If you just pull it without paying attention, carelessness, you may damage the connection or you may damage the cable. Alright, so now I disconnect the cables and I disconnect everything. So now I will start taking off the screws. So we have 1, 2, 3 screws here. And then we're gonna go to the next. So 1, I will organize the screws here. So I take this one first, and this is number 2, and this is number 3, and now I'm taking the number 4. You can put like numbers on them, or you can put numbers in every screw. So we have one was little bit up here and one down here, right? So then we have another one here. It's down a little bit. Then I have this one here in this corner. Okay, so now I will lift up this. We have a cable is going from a cable going here. So this cable, we need to be careful to not damage it. And I will see if I can remove this without taking that cable off. Alright, so you see that there is another cable, another screw here that needs to be taken out from there. So let me go to the other screws, then I will go to this one. Let's leave this part here. I didn't do this repair for a long time, so that's why I'm still trying to figure it out. So here we have one screw here and we have 2 more here. Alright, this is the another group of screws. And I have this one here. Now you see these screws are not the same length, so we have a bracket here. I need to remove this bracket. They'll put it next to its screws. Then here we have another screw right here. So this screw will be, let me see, it will be here, but it will be outside of this group because it will be after this, and this is another group here. So you need to organize them. Okay, for me I remember them by heart, but for you need to make sure. Alright, so now I have this screw here. I need to take it off, and this little piece is already broken. Not a problem. I think I broke it when I bent this. Alright, so now I can remove this one. You see this cable here? It's going inside this channel, and it's going here. So I just need to disconnect it like this. And now this little piece I will put it back. So now I'm just gonna flip this one this way because I don't want to mess up the other cable. And let me see. Okay, this cable is very important. We need to transfer to the new screen. I mean to the new charging port. So here I have this cable here. I have this cable connected here. This is for the vibrator, and they will remove the screw that is holding it. The vibrator has another screw right here. So we have this, and we have this screw here. All right, so now I have one more screw here, and this will be on the headphone jack. And then I have two more screws. I have this one here, it's holding the charging ports, and they have another screw here on the frame. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will just pull this charging port out from here carefully. I think there is a screw, another screw somewhere here. Yes, there is a screw here. It's underneath this. So this is the screw, so this will be here. And another one right here. So you need to pay attention to all the details, you know. So we have this one here. They are in the same circle, in the same spot. Alright, so now I'm just gonna pull off this little piece, this charging port out from here carefully. So here, when you see this charging port, I mean this microphone here, it's glued to another plastic bracket that is covering this part. So I'm just gonna remove, or I will separate this little piece from here, because I want this to stay here. All right. I'm just taking the charging port out from here, and then I will pull this, and we have another microphone that is stuck in here. Leave the black piece there and remove only the microphone. All right. So now I can just put this one here. All right, so this cable here has a plastic cover in it. It's covering this adhesive. So we're gonna just put this one this way here. Alright, make sure that the charging port fits perfectly here in its spot. Then you glue it down. Alright, so now let's start putting the screws back. So now we have this screw here. We start from the last one. It was here. Okay, then I have this screw, it was here, trying to remember. Alright, then I have, let me see, I don't remember where this screw was, so now I will put this vibrator. I connect the cable, then I have one screw here, and the other one, not this one. For that one I will figure out where it was before. Another one here. Okay, I think I find out where this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be here. Oops. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, let me see. Yeah, I will put this back here. But before I put it back, I need to transfer this cable. This cable has this connection here. You need to be careful when you are snapping it here. Make sure it's matching perfectly. Align it very well. All right. Okay, you see, this is the cable. It's connected here. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will just flip this back here. And I make sure that this cable goes inside this channel. And also before I have this little bracket. Alright, so this little piece will go here. It's not gonna be easy, but let's try to fit it in here. Alright, so it fits there. Now I will put the screws that are holding this part first, because it's moving. So the screws, we have this one here, then this one right here, then this one right here. And then we have this screw here. I know I have one missing in the bottom. It's right here. Cannot reach there, but let me see. It doesn't fit, so it's not gonna be the end of life, you know. Alright, so now I will put this bracket here, then I will start putting the screws. So we have this screw supposed to be here, and we have this one supposed to be here. and then we have this supposed to be here, and this supposed to be here, and this will go here. Okay, I have two extra screws. So this one, it was here in this corner. I can push it back. Anyway, it's not gonna hold anything, but let's just push it back. This thing is not matching. Alright, so this one I'm not gonna put it back because it's not gonna be the end of the world, as I'm telling you. Alright, so let's see, this one I cannot, it's supposed to go here. Sometimes you may have some missing screws. You're not gonna repeat the job from the beginning to make it perfect. If the screws are holding the parts, and that's it, you don't have to put everything back. Not you don't have, but if there is a hassle for you, what you're gonna do, you're just gonna keep going. Unless the thing is important. If it's important, yes, put it back. So now I just connect the charging port cable and this cable here, and the battery I will leave it until the end. Alright, so this is the leftover screws, and this is the bad charging port. Now I will put the screen here. I will start with these three cables here. One. Make sure these cables are matching perfectly. Sometimes when you try to match them here, they don't fit. Okay, now it's good. If you click on the cable and it doesn't fit, just try to adjust it. Don't push hard, you know. Sometimes you may click and you don't hear the click, and then you feel like it's like going tight. So just disconnect it and reconnect it again. So I'm putting the 5 screws. I put these 2, and this is the third one. This is in the middle. Make sure you put the right screw back to its original spot. This is the most dangerous part on this phone. Alright, so then I will connect the battery. They will put this bracket on top here. So why I'm telling you that don't worry about the screws if some screws are missing, because I know this is gonna happen to you. For me, when I'm working, I try to not leave any screw unless I have to redo the job. So in this case, I'm not gonna do it. The screw is holding the part. If the part is holded with other screws, that's it. It's not causing a problem. Alright, so now as you see, I put the 2 screws here on the bracket that is holding the charging port. Then I will put this top part here. They will snap this, and that's it. Now I will put these 2 screws here, and this here. Then we're gonna I will just tie them up. Alright, that's it. That's how to replace this the charging port on iPhone 6s Plus, and this method will be the same for other iPhones like iPhone 6, 6s, 6s Plus, 6 Plus, and even the 7 and 8. It's different a little bit, but for the 6s, all 6s, it's almost the same thing with very minor differences. Alright, let me plug this in charge now and see if it's charging. As you see, so I think that there is a problem on the screen. The screen got damaged during this repair. I think when I was showing you to not bend it all the way back, I bend it all the way back. Alright, anyway, so let me see. Sometimes I may just click here and it may connect again. Alright, so you see here it's charging. So when I disconnect the cable, this charging, and that's it. This screen needs to be replaced. I think this phone has this problem before. The screen was like maybe it was like ready to be damaged, so I think that's why this happens to me. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I will replace this the screen on this phone right now. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Peace.